Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater, and it turns out that Steven Spielberg is once again going to be diving into the comic book adaptation world. And if you're thinking to yourself, what comic book did he adapt? 2011's Tintin was technically an adaptation of one of the old, I guess you call them graphic novels, books, whatever. It's basically a comic. I think that's the best way to describe it, but that's okay. It was great, and I'm still waiting for the other ones. Where's the trilogy? Anyway, he's diving back into the world, but this time through DC and making the BLACKHAWK movie. Now, when I first heard this news, I thought, like, DC Comics, BLACKHAWK, who is this character? And it has nothing to do with the general form of DC Comics, but they're actually kind of moving out into more of the one-off stuff. This time it has everything to do with a World War II pilot story, which, let's face it, when it comes to World War II movies, is anyone as good as Spielberg when it comes to capturing the, I guess you could say, like the magic of the era? And I know it's one of the most horrible parts of human history, but there's a certain aura around it. There's a certain je ne sais quoi when it comes to dealing with World War II and the aesthetic of it that Spielberg just happens to have nailed. And according to Variety, the screenplay for BLACKHAWK is going to be written by David Koepp, who has collaborated with Spielberg as a screenwriter on Jurassic Park, The Lost World, War of the Worlds, Indiana Jones, and The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Just too good, too not so much, I guess, on that one. Anyway, I'm not a big David Koepp fan, but there we go on that one. Now, it says here, this is what Spielberg says: "It was wonderful working with the team at Warner's to bring Ready Player One to the screen. They bring a blend of passion and professionalism to everything they do and have a tremendous history in the genre. I'm excited to reunite with them on BLACKHAWK. BLACKHAWK will be distributed by Warner Brothers Pictures, and it was first introduced in 1941. But let's just take a quick look here at just what the wiki page says about it to get a better idea, a better understanding of just what it is that Spielberg will be undertaking. Now, BLACKHAWK is the eponymous fictional character of the long-running comic series BLACKHAWK, first published by Quality Comics and later by DC. Led by a mysterious man known as BLACKHAWK, the BLACKHAWKs, or more formally the BLACKHAWK Squadron, are a small team of World War II era ace pilots of varied nationalities, each typically known under a single name, either their given name or surname. Though the membership roster has undergone changes over the years, the team has been portrayed most consistently as having 7 core members. In their most well-known incarnation, the BLACKHAWKs operate from a hidden base known only as Black Hawk Island, fly Grumman XF-5F skyrocket planes, and shout their battle cry of "Haka!" I'm assuming, I don't know, as they descend from the skies to fight tyranny and oppression. Clad in matching blue and black uniforms, with BLACKHAWK himself boasting a Hawk insignia on his chest, early stories pitted them against the Axis powers, but they would also come to battle recurring foes such as King Condor and Killer Shark, as well as an array of gorgeous and deadly femme fatales. They also frequently squared off against fantastical war machines ranging from the amphibious shark planes and flying tanks to the aptly named War Wheel, a gigantic rolling behemoth adorned with spikes and machine guns. I'm going to assume the War Wheel is what's going to be the big bad of the movie. At the height of the popularity in the early 1940s, BLACKHAWK titles routinely outsold every other comic book but Superman. BLACKHAWK also shares a unique distinction of being just one of 4 comic book characters to be published continuously in his own title from the 1940s through the 1960s, others being Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. The comic series spawned a film serial, radio series, and a novel. Now, that tells you that there's clearly going to be some love for this particular character in this particular series that are going to be probably from the baby boomer generation, and that's fine. Actually, they still go see movies. There's still a market to go after, and if handled the right way, if handled in the way that Spielberg can tackle World War II, we could get some pretty cool crap out of this one. Now, if I were to speculate, and I'm just going to speculate here, this is kind of how I would tackle it. I would tackle it more along the lines of, dealing with the crazy over-the-top weapons that we know Hitler was working on. Like when they tried putting a naval cannon on a tank, and the 3-story tall tank, and everything else they've done that are just crazy weapons of war that they were trying to build as a way to crush the Allies during World War II. I think telling the story, having the 7 core members, kind of like the Avengers of World War II, so to speak, I think is kind of what they're going to be going for here, or the Justice League, seeing that it's DC. It's interesting. Now, I don't quite know if it's going to tie over to the DCEU. They haven't said that just yet. It's entirely possible that they might do that they might make this one of the early ones, where if Wonder Woman was set in World War I, that this one's going to be set in World War II, and it's going to maybe have ties to early aspects of the DC universe. Actually, at this point, I would say that's probably the best course of action is to do that, is to make that the idea behind this tied into the larger universe, because we know that they need to. We know that they need to. But anyway, what do you guys have to say about this? I'm very curious to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This has been $3 Theater. If you haven't already, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, and check back often for more content from me. In fact, if you want to see more content from me, you can do so right now.